Why do incompetent but tough individuals easily gain power? In power struggles, highly capable people are sometimes marginalized, while those who appear incompetent yet assertive are more likely to stand out. This phenomenon is rooted in profound psychological and social mechanisms. Niccolo Machiavelli long ago pointed out that the acquisition and maintenance of power often depend on appearance rather than substance. The following analysis, from a third-party perspective, and using the example of the current US President Donald Trump, revisits this phenomenon. Machiavelli's insight appearance matters more than substance. Machiavelli believed that political success hinges on how one shapes their image rather than actual ability. Leaders who are too intelligent due to deep reflection, moral constraints, or self-examination often find themselves at a disadvantage in power struggles. Conversely, those who boldly claim to be capable of anything and offer simple answers are more likely to win followers. For instance, Trump defeated experienced and highly capable leaders such as Mike Pence and Mike Pompeo within the Republican Party. Although Pence and Pompeo demonstrated steadiness in policy execution and administrative management, Trump, leveraging a flamboyant and confident image along with broad commitments to his Trump loyalists, firmly secured the party nomination. His supporters remain loyal even though many campaign promises like fully reforming the healthcare system or undertaking massive infrastructure projects have yet to be fulfilled. This reflects Machiavelli's point. People are more attracted to strong appearances than to complex realities. Psychological mechanism: confidence mistaken for competence. Psychological research reveals the Dunning-Kruger effect, where less competent individuals tend to overestimate themselves, while experts appear cautious because they better understand their limitations. This bias is especially apparent in leader selection. Trump's extreme confidence, claiming only "I can solve the problem," is interpreted by many voters as competence and decisiveness, despite his policies often lacking depth or feasibility. Studies show that narcissistic traits rather than actual ability often strongly predict a leader's rise. Trump skillfully amplifies his image through media, using simple slogans like "Make America Great Again" to attract voters seeking certainty. This psychological shortcut causes people to equate decisiveness with clarity and mistake confidence for professionalism. Historical evidence: the universality of strongman worship. This phenomenon is not unique to America. During their reigns, Stalin and Mao caused tens of millions of abnormal deaths through policy failures, yet were still portrayed as omnipotent leaders with widespread followers. Through propaganda and personality cults, they catered to the public's desire for strong leadership. Similarly, Trump uses social media and rallies to portray himself as a fighter against elites and the establishment, despite his governance often being criticized as hollow. Such strongman images are particularly appealing during crises or uncertain times because people tend to follow leaders who offer simple answers rather than experts who acknowledge complexity. Power consolidation strategies of incompetent leaders. Incompetent leaders often consolidate power by choosing loyalty over more capable subordinates. Trump frequently promotes loyalists rather than senior experts who might challenge his authority, resulting in a decision-making circle deficient in competence. Moreover, he creates controversy and information chaos, exhausting the public and leaving little room for in-depth scrutiny. For instance, he often shifts positions or denies past statements, blurring the truth to evade accountability. Machiavelli noted that weak leaders fear threats from competence and thus tend to cultivate loyal inner circles. This competence drought institutionalizes incompetence. Limitations of the American system. The founding fathers of the United States attempted to prevent democratic tyranny through the separation of powers and checks and balances. However, Trump's repeated victories demonstrate that even well-designed institutions cannot fully prevent the public's psychological need for strongmen from allowing incompetent individuals to come to power. Information asymmetry and the media environment exacerbate this issue. When politics becomes performance, voters struggle to distinguish appearance from substance, and strong personal images often trump solid policy capability. How to counter the rise of incompetent leaders. To resist this phenomenon, individuals must cultivate intellectual humility and media literacy. learning to discern false confidence from genuine expertise. At the collective level, robust accountability mechanisms, decision-making processes that promote cognitive diversity and enforce transparency are crucial. For example, clear feedback systems can filter for truly competent individuals, and dispersed power structures can reduce opportunities for incompetence to ascend. Conclusion. Trump's example confirms insights from Machiavelli and modern psychology. Power often favors those adept at shaping a strong appearance rather than genuinely capable people. Historical cases of strongmen like Stalin and Mao further illustrate how the public's craving for certainty and simple answers can be exploited by incompetent but confident leaders. Although American institutions seek to curb this phenomenon, psychological and social factors still allow Trump-like figures to thrive repeatedly. Facing these truths head-on, designing more robust institutions and enhancing personal critical thinking abilities are key to preventing incompetent leadership. Wisdom and moral courage remain the hope for building a society grounded in competence.